there we go again. Another week has come and gone. We're back. It's Super League Raw Weekly. Thanks for Reggie there for letting me know that we're still on camera with my golden looks.
Although you were very attractive, sir.
Thank you, sir. But making sure that we're absolutely making sure that, like Steve Wilson from Hull, he's with us as always. Steve, now becoming a regular good man. Well done. Ian Potter, Paul Gressy, Steve Cartledge, early arrivals this week. And what a week. Lots to get through. Hell of a lot. Obviously, this time next week, we're going to take a week off. Got Challenge Cup. We'll be back the week after to review round number 14. 14. So yeah, we'll be doing that. But yeah, where do we start? I think.
Well, before we do start, can I say hello to my friend from St Helens who said he enjoyed the show on Thursday night while I was sneaking into Mackey's for a cheeky quarter pounder with cheese before the game.
As you do.
Said he enjoyed what we were doing and carry it on. So he took me by surprise, actually. I was a bit stunned. You know, my days of giving autographs are well over and done with. But... So cheers for the compliments, whoever you are. If you're wrong, let us know it was you, and we'll give you a shout out. But I was absolutely stunned to death.
Yeah, let us know.
I thought he was going to beat me up at one point, but now he's saying keep up the good work, so I can live with that.
We can absolutely live with that without question. So yeah, lots to get through. Do you know what? Forgive us, everybody. We don't make it. Well, Greg certainly doesn't make. Tries to keep it under wraps. You know, everybody knows we're Warrington fans. Obviously, we but you know, we're very unbiased, as the like of Steve Wilson and the rest will tell you. We play with a straight bat. However, I think it's only right and proper we start there. What a week for Warrington. I mean, Warrington fans have been talking about being lightweight in the front. First of all, a very competitive game against Saints, which we'll look at in a while. And now Warrington, just unbelievably, you know, investing heavily in the pack. You know, we know Dudson and Cassiano, they're going to be there for next year. Again, some people talking that they're over the hill. Let's remind ourselves, Alex Wormsley, the best prop in Super League, is 32. These two lads are 31. I'm sorry, but they're good for at least another 2 or 3 years. Thomas McKaylee from the NRL and West Tigers. Again, you know, everybody knows I watch pretty much every NRL game. I'm aware of this lad. There's a lot of people saying we've never heard from him. Trust me, people who watch the NRL are very aware of Thomas McKaylee. He's a
player, and he'll do well in Super League.
He will. He'll end up going back.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, he'll end up going back to the NRL, but he was the NRL Rookie of the Year 2019, and believe me, he's a player. And then, of course, today, catching everybody maybe by surprise. A few on the inside got the inside track. However, announced today. Now, you know, well done to the Saints fans. I've looked at the Saints feed, wishing Kyle Amor well. But Kyle Amor announced as a Warrington Wolf from now until the end of the season. What I'd like to do, Greg, before we actually start the conversation on this, Warrington this evening on their Facebook page have put a 1 minute 10-second clip of a 4.5-minute interview that they put on Wire TV. So I think it's only right and appropriate that we let Mr. Amor himself talk about his initial thoughts of becoming a Wire. Let's have a look at what he's had to say. Here we go. Would help if the sound was up.
Much game time as a...
My apologies. We'll get this right. Oh, what's going on here? There you go.
Well, mate, just, you know, it came around pretty quick. You know, obviously wasn't really getting much game time as I would have perhaps liked at Saints, and you know, I found that a bit difficult to deal with, to be honest. You know, I kind of knew what I was signing up for last year, that, you know, my role was changing. But look, an opportunity came up. I got a phone call off Warrington, would have been interested in coming, and you know, I felt myself getting excited again. So you know, I was more than happy to sort of jump at the chance of that, and just, you know, to get back playing's a big thing for me. You know, I am coming towards the end of my career now, and you know, to be able to do what I love doing and do what I signed up to do all them years ago, which is playing the game that I love, then you know, that's something that I'm incredibly excited about, mate. Yeah, it's been great, you know, to play here. It's one of my favourite places to play. You know, when I was at Saints, them games used to be, you know, absolutely bouncing. So, you know, hopefully, you know, it'd be nice to, you know, when I get out there to earn the respect off the fans of Warrington, and you know, get that buzz around the place. Yeah.
So that was Kyle Amor today. You know, and for those who've got Wire TV, he goes on to talk about Saints in the past tense. Obviously, as you'd expect, very respectful of Saints, what the career he's had there, etc. Darryl Powell's come out with a statement. He said, we've been looking to strengthen the front row options after allowing Rob Butler to leave for Wakefield. To answer Steve Wilson's question, how do we get around the salary cap? I wouldn't expect that Amo is on too much more than Butler. I believe Alice Robson has gone as well.
Newcastle, I think.
To Newcastle, yeah. So that'll certainly pay for Amo, as opposed to McKaylee. I'm led to believe that maybe the salary will increase next year.
I think Wests are also paying some of his salary as well
this year, and then next year when the comings and goings happen, that's when it'll kick in proper.
Yeah, so, I've heard a lot of talk on various forums about how Warrington getting around the cap, and I think there was space on the cap anyway.
I think so.
I've been led to believe.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
Not to blow anybody's trumpet, but we did talk a few weeks ago about somebody like Kyle Amo.
We did on this very show. For those who watch us every week, we called this about 4 weeks ago. We said, Kyle Amo not getting game time at Saints. Warrington need a leader in the pack, somebody a bit strong. And and the other thing about Amo coming to Warrington, I'll finish the quote from Darryl Powell in a minute. But the thing about Amo coming, we're talking about a grand final winner. We're talking about a winning mentality coming into that dressing room. The likes of James Harrison, who all of a sudden people have forgot about young James Harrison, who will be back at the back end of the season. Led to believe he's going to be a bit of a player as well. These young kids that are coming through, Ellis Longstaff, those type of players. Yeah. To have a senior pro like Kyle Amo coming in, outstanding. But Powell went on to say he believes Kyle is a quality signing midway through the season. He will add depth and experience to our squad, and also expect key leadership skills to come from his time at St. Helens. I'm looking for us to really grow over the second half of the season, and Kyle has a perfect opportunity to support us in doing that. As a Warrington fan, that performance against St. Helens and these signings, all of a sudden, and I'm not saying it's our year before people start, but actually,
no Warrington fan ever says that. It was always Eddie and Steve who said that.
Absolutely.
We did have that flag, didn't we?
But it gives Warrington now. I mean, I'll be honest with you, before these signings were announced, McKaylee and now Amo, I think when McKaylee, I thought there was a chance we'd get top six. I think with Amo, I think top six now is a real possibility.
I don't want to get carried away. But like you say, the performance on Thursday, and I don't want to hear anything about it was a below par Saints performance. It wasn't. We didn't let them play. We stood up to them. It was a great game all around. Both teams played really well.
Yeah, solid. To be fair, it was playoff rugby league, mate. It was playoff rugby league.
I've got to be honest. I haven't enjoyed a game like that at the Halliwell Jones for a long, long time. Fair play to the Saints fans. They lifted the atmosphere. Warrington fans responded.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way in that last 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a great game. We got beat. But hey, I was expecting 50-60. You were expecting 50.
Well, we all went, on the, when we did the predictions, every single one of us went 18 plus St. Helens. Every single one of us. But, credit to Warrington. I thought Widdop, I mean, we'll get to that. In fact, we'll get to that later, but Widdop was a revelation at fullback. I can't see him not. He's probably arguably his best performance in a Warrington shirt since he came over.
I would not argue with that. I think a lot of Warrington fans have been on Darryl Powell's back.
Yeah,
I think he's been
wrongly
reading between the lines. I'm not professing to be an expert in any way.
Yeah,
I think what he's done is he's kind of let the season unfold and kept an eye on things. Suddenly, Rob Butler's gone. Suddenly, Charlie's dropped. Suddenly, we get a performance like that against Saints. Then suddenly, he does what the fans have been asking. I think he's been very, very clever in. Yeah.
This year was always going to be transition, mate. Next year, you judge.
Seeing where the ground lies and seeing what at the club. I'm not saying Butler and Charlie. I'm not putting the blame. For anything at Butler and Charlie's door, but it seems strange that suddenly a couple of players are moved on or moved out, and the performance improves 100%. Not 40, 50%, 100%.
100%. And mate, at the end of the day, lots to look for. John Wilkinson is asking us a question here. Did we think Widdop will stay at Warrington? I personally don't believe he will. I think they'll free up the salary cap, and I think there's going to be a massive race on for Brodie Croft at the end of this season. I know he's contracted at Salford, but money talks. And I'm telling you, in the same way Jackson Hastings, Brodie Croft is a player. and that's going to be interesting at the end
That
of this year.
will be interesting, but I would like to see Riley Dean brought through at Warrington.
I agree. I completely in the same way Lewis Dodd.
There was a comment on Facebook today from a Saints fan on RL forum on the Warrington side that was going on about us signing these players and why don't we develop our youth? Yeah. And he said, send Riley Dean to us at Saints and we'll turn him into a world beater. And do you know what? He had a point.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Why don't let Warrington turn him into a world beater? Give him his chance. He'll make mistakes.
Yeah. No, look, Lewis Dodd, need we say more? Lewis Dodd, Jack Wellsby, need we say more? Look, we've done 10 minutes there at Warrington. In closing, a couple of big name players still not been tied up. We were talking before we came on air. I think Cooper's gone. I think everybody expects that Cooper will not be at Warrington next season. But there's two others in Jack Hughes and Stephen Ratchford. My personal opinion is I don't think either of them, and this might shock Warrington fans, I do not see either of them staying beyond this year. I think, in this transition of Powell, I think what this now allows Warrington to do is drop Philbin back, because Philbin is, he's a cracking player, but he's not a prop. I think Philbin in a Luke Yates kind of way, loose forward, I could see that happening. I could see that. Yeah, Ollie Holmes and Curry are set in the second row.
I think that was probably Curry's best game for a long, long time.
I agree with you.
Certainly Oliver Holmes' best game.
Yeah, superb.
Certainly.
Yeah, superb.
What do we do with Billy Magoulias then? Because Billy Magoulias has impressed me.
Yeah, but again, I mean, they might keep him, but I just think again, and you think a salary cap there. So I mean, Jack Hughes is the captain of the club, so he'll be on a couple of quid. Mm-hmm. Stephen Ratchford, because of his history with the club, albeit the only thing that's in Ratchford's favour, I don't think he counts towards the cap, does he? So that might keep Ratchford there for another season.
He could be seen as a utility player, but it's whether
does he want to finish his career back at Salford?
Yeah, blimey, that was spooky.
We said exactly the same thing. Exactly. Yeah,
Time to give up the beer. We're agreeing with each other.
It's like we know this game. Unbelievable, isn't it? So anyway, that's the Warrington chat. Other news. Quickly jump to OKR. Sam Wood signed on for another season. That's good news for OKR. And OKR also getting a license, full license for reserve grade next year. Again, great step forward for that club.
Yeah, I think every Super League, in fact, every Rugby League club in top flight and below should be given an academy and a reserve licence. It should be. You shouldn't have to qualify. What's that all about?
No. It's how you go to sport as well.
It's how the sport grows. It's how you bring the next Andy Farrell, next Paul Goldthorpe through, the next Lee Brace through. Stop it, behave, give every club an academy and a reserve team.
Completely and utterly agree with you.
Every club should have an under 11, an under 13, an under 15. An under 18, an academy and a reserve team, every single club.
Yeah, no, I completely and utterly agree with that. But no, great news for KR. Really good. Yeah. I can't remember if Conor Wynne had signed on or not this time last week for Hull. I can't remember if he was, but that's good news for him.
I think he was the one we couldn't remember.
Yeah.
We knew there was one more signed on. I think it was Conor Wynne.
And Mathieu Leguer of the Catalan Dragons, also signing on until 2024.
Yeah, well said.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I've been practicing my Francais. Absolutely.
Very good.
Good news. I mean, again, rivaling Harvey Levett for the Bart Simpson of Super League, but you have to say it's been a breakout year for him. He's that Dean Ware being out, as he's
what you said.
Yeah. I was waiting for the chuckling and it come before I was fall on.
I'm slow tonight. It's been a tough day today. I'm slow.
But hey, he's took his chance. Dean Ware out, and he's come in and he's took his chance, hasn't
he? He's about 6'12", isn't he, as well? He's massive.
Big, mate. He's a big lad.
That's all lads.
No question about that at all. Again, another. Forgive me. Oh, dearie me. We've who's the chap that's passed away? The ex-pro, was he? Rob. Oh, dear. Forgive me for this. Because it seems that every week at the minute we're losing a player. Les Dial.
Well, there's been a couple over the last
Yeah, good set. Yeah, didn't see him play myself, but I respect the fact that before I was watching this great game, there's some phenomenal players, and again, a bit an obituary's coming in terms of him next week, I believe, in terms of League Express. But reading what people have said about him in the last 24 hours, it would appear that he was a bit of a player, the man, back in the day.
He was. Again,
but obviously,
I ever saw him play.
before my time, I'm afraid. But there you go. Any other news caught your eye before we move on? Lots to get through.
John Bentley again being suspended.
James as well, to his mates.
Yeah, John's his brother, you know, a bit like. Well, it's been a long day.
Put the sauce away, sir. Put the sauce away.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, but the gift that keeps giving. But the interesting thing about James Bentley getting another ban,
John Bentley's a weatherman.
But the interesting thing about James Bentley getting a ban, I think he's been given another 3 games. Yeah. So actually, by the time he comes back, I think we're going to be on round 16, 17. And he's going to have been. Is it 17? No, we'd have had 16 rounds at that point, and he'd have been banned for 9.
He's consistent.
Unbelievable, but was outstanding against Wakefield.
Man of the match.
By a country mile. The lad's got talent. He just can't stay out of trouble, bless him. But anyway.
I think it's a bit like the Lynham factor. I think he's got a name for himself now, and I think no matter what he does, Lynham only had to look at linesmen, give him a hard stare, and he was banned for 5 games.
Well, he's back for Wakefield, hasn't he?
Same with Medley now.
Yeah, he's back.
And he's banned for 3 games.
Indeed. Right. We've got lots to get through.
Yeah, quickly.
Go on.
My bugbear, John Wells, and his choice of man of the match for Sky.
Hey.
Come on. Tommy Makinson.
By a street.
Closely followed by Widdop.
Yeah, I agree.
Wellesley gets man of the match.
Yeah, I agree.
He played well. He's not man of the match.
No. Widdop was a revelation at fullback. Saints, without Widdop, and Pulis is a player in transition. He's coming through. Yeah. If Pulis is playing fullback, Warrington would have got kiboshed. Widdop's experience in that game was huge. He took every ball. He was brave. But Makinson scored 8 of the 12 points. And a try-saver. And the try-saver at the end. Al Makinson isn't man of the match.
Yeah. But, John Wells is an ex-pro, and he can't see, he doesn't see the bigger picture. He goes for the name. He goes for showbiz every time. Yeah. The Salford game, Mark Sneed, man of the match. Andy Ackers.
All Tim Lafai.
All the 5. They were man of the match by several galaxies.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's showbiz and its name. And I hate to say this, and I love what Channel 4 have done. But at the end of the game, they get Sam Tompkins over to talk about the game. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Yeah. Get somebody else. There's not just Sneed and Tompkins play the game of Rugby League.
I agree, mate.
Come on. John Wells is the next professional.
Yeah.
Quickly, the Saints Warrington game, everybody expects the Saints walkover because Warrington's pack is allegedly small and won't stand up to Saints pack. They stood up to Saints pack and they drove them back on occasion. Now, if that's, and yet Wellesby still gets man of the match.
Yeah.
He played well. I'm not saying he didn't play well, but
no, I agree, mate. It's scandalous. It's poor. It's lazy journalism. We say it all the time. It's lazy journalism. And actually, normally Sean Spencer, our friend Sean, he talks a lot of sense to our Sean. He's even told us it's a 60-40 split with West Tigers for Michaela. However, Riley Dean at loose forward. Come on, Sean, behave yourself. Don't know where you're going with that.
No, mind you, Riley Dean is a tall lad.
No, mate. No, he's an halfback.
I'm trying to defend Sean. I'm trying to defend.
No, don't, mate. I like Sean. Advocate. I like Sean, but Sean, it's a scandal. That's a scandalous comment. I'm sorry, mate. I'm going to give you a bit of beef there. And there's plenty of beef in Warrington now, so we may as well spread the love. Anyway, right. Keep the comments coming. What we're going to do now, before we look back at last week, we're going to change the order a little bit this week. Let's look forward. Let's look forward to what is a showpiece weekend about to start at the weekend. Let's take a quick look at the Challenge Cup.
Chances to win big games, the few and far between.
It's a great feeling. You just want to be part of that.
It's something you could only dream of as a kid.
Something that I will never forget.
It makes me quite emotional. It's an amazing experience.
It's getting me excited just thinking about it.
For 1 year only, at Tottenham Hotspur. A chance to say you were there.
Well, look at the faces. Listen to the roar. Magnificent try!
Huddersfield, the birthplace of Rugby League. Wigan, the Challenge Cup specialists. Featherstone, remember 1983? Leigh, memories of Murphy.
Now goes it, Pepe.
Pride.
Passion, heritage, atmosphere.
History will be made at Tottenham.
Yes, it's Challenge Cup weekend. Is the 1895 Cup being shown? I don't know where the high voice come from there. But it's 1895.
all the dogs have run out to the street round here.
I don't know if the 1895
Yes,
Cup is being shown.
there was something on the Rugby League website tonight about it being broadcast.
It is going to be brought.
And I forget.
Is it on the red button?
It's the red button, I think.
It's on the red button. Well, that's all right, because I must
could
admit,
be
I'm
wrong.
looking forward to a full day. The bunnies are on in the morning, and then I'll watch the 1895, and then I'll watch the Challenge Cup final. Right, here we go. Huddersfield fans out there, Wigan fans out there, come on, get your comments coming in. Massive game. Very, very tough to call. Of course, last time these two met, 32-22 went the way of Huddersfield. Obviously, Wigan did rest a few players. And surprisingly, last week, me and you were thinking that maybe Huddersfield and Wigan would have picked a slightly lesser team for last week's fixtures. They didn't. Huddersfield scraped through theirs. Wigan, let's be fair, met Jake Connor with Mr. Wayne in the stands at his best. And, Hull came out winners. Yeah. It's an interesting one, this one, isn't it? How do you see it?
It is. It's a McQueen's fit to play, which is a boost for Huddersfield.
Massive boost. Any word on Farge yet, though? Farge is a bit...
Not that I've heard.
And Russell as well. And Ollie Russell.
Yeah. I think they'll play.
I do. I'd be amazed. They'll give me... Yeah, it's one of those... They have to play. If there's any chance of getting them on the field, they're going... Albeit, we saw what happened with Kane Lynette in the semi-final. You've got to be careful.
Yeah. How do I see this? I see it as being quite close until the last 20, but I think, and I'm sorry, Huddersfield fans, I've got a soft spot for Huddersfield, but I think Wigan are just going to grind out the win. I think Wigan are going to win it. But they've not won it for quite some time.
2013 was the last time.
It's coming on for 10 years since they last won it.
2013.
That's a long time for Wigan not to have won a Challenge Cup. I think they got beaten. Did they get beaten in 2017 by Hull? When Charlie pulled that length of the field try in the last 9 seconds. And
we've got Alan Donnelly on here. He's a Wakefield fan. He's going Wigan by 16. Harvey Days, let's go Giants. Not sure who his allegiance is to, but he's hoping for a Huddersfield win. Steve Wilson, our Hull friend, he's saying he can't see anything but a Wigan win, but that's their head. That's their head, Steve. What's your heart telling you, boy? What's the heart telling you? You know what I mean? I think this could go either way, It really could. I just hope, again, Rugby League's the winner.
I do. I remember one of my first dates with my good lady wife.
Good
was
Lord.
Watching, I know, a long time ago. Was watching Sheffield and Wigan in the Challenge Cup final in a
what a day.
In a salubrious gaff known as the Feathers in Warrington.
Yes, I was in the Posting Gate that day.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
I know how to treat a lady, ladies and gentlemen. Thinking that Wigan were going to absolutely smash them. It could be one of those days where everything that the stars align and Huddersfield pull it off, and it would be brilliant if they did.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time since Wigan have won the Challenge Cup,
mate,
and the due a win. Mind you, it's been even longer since Huddersfield won it.
Yeah, they're all going in here. John Costello, that's a new one. Hello, John. Not sure if we've seen you on the show before, but John's going Giants by 10. Phil Walters is going the Pies by 10, and he's an FC fan. There's an absolute battle of wills in the Wilson household this evening. Tracy is going for Huddersfield. Yeah, well, perhaps not based on this. Tracy's going for Huddersfield and Steve's going for Wigan. That'll be nice and fun for him. Happy days. They always say making up's the best bit. Anyway, but no, steady. But no, absolutely outstanding. I just like I said, stop that Rugby League is the winner. I think it could.
So do I. I hope it's a great game.
It's got everything, mate. It's got everything going for it, this game. Harvey Days is saying Giants by 10. Some really, really good stuff coming in. So let's hope, is there any place else to be at Saturday at 3:00? Is there anywhere?
Well, it's not like there's any other big game on that day, is it?
No, absolutely not.
Nothing else on
Absolutely
that day.
not. There's only one sport in this country, sir, that's worth watching. And it's ours. But yeah, what a game that should be. So yeah, fingers crossed. Rugby League is the winner. Best wishes to our friends at Huddersfield Giants. We've always had a soft spot for Huddersfield.
And Wigan as well. Let's be fair.
And Wigan, absolutely.
Wigan as well.
Yeah, we've been big champions of Wigan over the last 18 months. We've seen the progression of the side. Again, giving youth a chance, bringing players through, which has been fantastic to see.
And more importantly, despite rumours to the contrary, around 57,000 tickets sold apparently.
Beautiful, and it's not at Wembley; it's at Tottenham, so it'll look fuller. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Actually,
a little bit of controversy this week with the free tickets being given away online. That's a bit naughty.
Very naughty. But they're saying it was limited to 200 for NHS workers. So whoever those people are, basically, you've took tickets off the NHS workers. Just saying. But there you go. I tell you what, though, here's an interesting one for you that we didn't mention a minute ago. You're having a good night, aren't you, mate? It's always good fun, this on a Tuesday. One thing that we didn't mention in the roundabout news that we did a bit earlier on was Brad Dwyer to St. Helens.
Saints, yes.
And do you know what? That'd been a astute bit of business.
We're big fans of Brad Dwyer.
We are. And, they've got Joey Lussick's there, good player, Brad Dwyer. That'd be, two good rotating hookers there. The only thing with Brad, hopefully he's calmed down a bit. But fair play. St. Helens looking at Brad Dwyer.
Lots of lad.
Surprise, surprise, Mr. Parrish here is going for Wigan by 18. That's there you go. News just in. Right.
I'm going for Wigan by 12. I think they'll.
Yeah, we don't
like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, don't like it. Oh, here we go. Mike Ward sitting on the fence here. Get those splinters out your bum, Mike. Don't like either team. Straight in. We don't like either team. But going off past experience, it has to be Wigan. So he has gone Wigan, even though he thought he'd just set the record straight to begin with.
Don't have to like him.
Don't have to like him. Just give us your thoughts. But the interesting thing, though, we don't obviously predict these. The prediction league is solely down to Super League. But yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you're going to go Wigan, just for sheer joy, I'm going to back the Huddersfield Giants. Why not? Let's just back the Huddersfield Giants and let's see what they can do. At the very least, I can go out drinking in Huddersfield.
And I can go drinking in Wigan.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's take a look back. Round number 13. As always, we have a quick glance at the top performers of the round. It's something that we do every week. So that's exactly where we're going to go now. So let me just get that ready for you now. So yeah, let's take a quick look at the top performers of round number 13. Some new names in this one as well. Let's take a quick look at it. So there they are, the top performers of round number 13. A couple of new names in there this week. But yeah, good performances, one and all.
We'll shout out to Mr. Shankle. What a great name.
Absolutely. Quality.
What a great name.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, actually, another thing that we didn't discuss. The King, Runny Yawa, out for the season. Absolutely devastated. Yeah. Devastated. We like the King here at Super League.
We do, but we can't say his name, so I'm quite glad he's
Well, I can. Runny Yawa! Love it. Love it.
Wow.
Great name. Great name.
Good Stephen Feet back in the
yes,
top
it is.
Yeah,
I mean, in defeat, you've got to say for Feet, was he tried his best. He took it to him. So anyway, we now come to that part of the show where we review we review it. But before we actually review the round itself, I thought what we'd do this week, because we are halfway through the season, let's not forget, we are halfway there now. So let's take a quick look at who the current runners and riders are for the Albert Goldthorpe medal, and also for the Man of Steel as it currently sits. Thought that'd be a nice thing to do halfway through the season. What do you think, sir? Yeah, why not? Let's give it a look. Let's see where we are. So here it comes. Let's take a quick look at it then. The current standings, as it were. Here it comes. So for the Albert Goldthorpe, for both the Goldthorpe and for the Man of Steel, Mr. Field with a relatively healthy lead on the Man of Steel. Not so much on the Albert Goldthorpe. But actually only Jay Field and Tommy Makinson make both polls, which is quite interesting.
That is,
isn't it?
Yeah,
Mitchell Pearce. Does Mitchell Pearce?
Did Sam Tompkins get Albert Goldthorpe points while he was?
Mate, don't go.
I'm sorry, I sound like I'm bullying the lad.
No, but I don't disagree with you, mate. I don't disagree with you.
I just don't understand how he was out for about 3 or 4 weeks, and he can still be.
Yeah,
that means he must have got top points in every single game he played.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean it's ridiculous, but I mean I think on that side, I think Sam Tompkins, I think it's great to see I think Makinson is having, probably St Helens fans tell me if I'm wrong, but I've seen a lot of St Helens this season. I think Makinson is just playing some superb rugby, both as we saw at Warrington in defence as well as attack, and his kicking has been superb.
You know what? Tommy Makinson flies under the radar. Yeah. He's like Liam Farrell.
Yeah,
he very, very rarely has a bad game.
Completely agree with you, mate. Completely agree
He's
with you,
one of those players, and he does tend to fly under the radar, and I don't know why, because he's a great player.
Phenomenal player, Bob.
I mean, Saints fans, you might agree or disagree, but he's Mr. Consistency for me. For
incredibly so, mate, and a winner. I think the interesting thing, in the same way that you said, Sam Tompkins, Albert Goldthorpe, question mark, Mitchell Pearce for Catalan. Yes, he's played well, but I look at that Man of Steel. I look at who's in there. I find it really, really difficult. I really do, to see Mitchell Pearce at 3.
Yeah, isn't Mitchell Pearce in a bit of trouble?
No, I don't think he has. No, I know Bentley got a match. There's another player that got a game.
But isn't he going up before the Beakers? You say? I might be wrong.
I don't know.
If I'm wrong, I'm sure our.
Yeah, Sean will tell us. He might not know much about Riley Dean.
Sean will let me know.
Sean will let us know. He might not know much about Riley, but he'll probably let us know on things like that.
He needs to save face, Sean. He needs to let us know.
He does, doesn't he? He needs to come back from that. That was a shocker. Absolute shocker.
I tried to defend you, Sean, but
yeah, it's not working. I'm sorry, Sean.
It's not working.
No, it's not happening, mate. So anyway, that's where we are halfway through the season. And I think it's fair to say everybody would agree that halfway through the season, Field absolutely deserves.
Yeah, and I would agree with Lollahea and Makinson. Lollahea in the Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Jake Connor, surprised he's not in the Man of Steel leaderboard as well, but he's missed a couple, hasn't he? So
he has. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's an interesting one, but that could all change. We'll drop into that in about 3 or 4 weeks' time. We'll just keep an eye on how it's going before they turn it off, of course. Right, let's get into what was round number 13. These were, of course, the fixtures. Warrington taking on St Helens, the Huddersfield Giants against Toulouse, Leeds Wakefield, Salford Castleford, Hull KR took on Catalan, and of course, bringing down the curtain on round 13 was Hull FC taking on Wigan Warriors. As always, the highlights courtesy of the Betfred Super League YouTube channel. Get all the action within minutes of the final whistle in every game. Maybe not minutes, but certainly hours. Well worth looking at. So we start off at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. We all thought it was going to be an absolute rout for St Helens. It didn't turn out that way. A great game, championship rugby, proper playoff rugby league, good intensity.
Yeah. Fab. Like I say, I've not enjoyed a game like this for a long time at Halliwell Jones. No. This is a great try.
Yeah, it is. It is. Really, really good. Yeah,
Connor Wrench. My God, Connor Wrench is going to be a player.
Couldn't agree with you more, mate.
He is going to be a player, Connor Wrench.
Yeah.
100%. Look at the pain on James Child's face there.
Well, he's got the final, James Child, hasn't he?
Well, it's definitely a Wigan win then.
Yeah, James Child is going to be there for the final, which people will have the views on that. And like that was Makinson again. That was Makinson again, coming all the way from the right wing and very nearly stopped that try. Makinson in this game was absolutely head and shoulders man of the match. It's an absolute travesty that he didn't get it. Incredible performance from Mason.
He almost stopped that. He almost stopped that. I mean,
this is an embarrassment.
Yeah,
shocking. Absolutely shocking. I mean, Darryl Powell's face said it all, didn't it?
You've got the smallest pack in Super League, and you want to try and trap the ball and play for a penalty.
But mate, I've never liked this anyway. I've never liked this personally, and I agreed with.
I think he's cheating. I
agree. I agree with Kristen Wolf that it's not good for the sport. What I would hope now is that we won't see St Helens do that at all this season, because when a manager comes out and says he doesn't like it, well, in that case, surely his team won't do it themselves. We'll keep an eye on that one. But I agree with him. It's shocking and it's not good. I mean, this was fortuitous. This, and again, a championship team like St Helens, you expect it, But yeah, I mean, the bounce of the ball there, it could have gone either way. But I mean, all you saw is, I mean, that's just a strolling for making some absolute stroll.
I got Parsi as well. Parsi came off the bench and had a great game. A lot of Saints fans I've spoken to said Parsi was their man of the match.
Tidy, mate.
I mean, for 80 minutes.
He's come a long way since that poorly tackle, mate. It's come a long way since then.
Do you remember that? Whoa.
Yeah. I think he's been up there that long that he's landed this season. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, that was summit.
I'll let you tell him that, mate.
I will do, mate. That was summit. That poorly. Let's be fair. Poorly. I think I will remember that. That is Paulie's Super League career. That one. This was superb. Let me just bask in this for a minute as a Warrington fan. Look at that run from Widdop. That is a beautiful diagonal line. Superb run. Fab. Great try. Try. Loved it.
And Williams and Widdop combining when Widdop's at fullback.
Mate. Honestly, everything about that, the part, Matautia took his time with the pass, the line that Widdop took, the pace of Widdop. I mean, you look at George Williams' reaction here now. So, Williams seems stood there in back play. He's waiting. As soon as he sees it there, he's turned before Widdop has even passed him, because he knew we're on here. We're on. And, arguably George Williams, his best game thus far in a Warrington shirt.
One of his best games, I would say. One of his best games. But when was the last time you saw Warrington score a try like that?
Mate, great try. It's all about the line, mate.
Score from inside their own half like that twice.
Yeah, it's all about the line. Yeah. Outstanding, really, really good. And the other thing that nobody's really spoke about, and I'm going to give St Helens, this is me, giving great credit to what is a superb rugby league team in St Helens. You're not going to see many teams nil St Helens in the second half this season. Everybody's talking about the Warrington performance, and that seems to have gone under the radar. This is a team that this year, certainly from a defensive point of view, has been very, very poor, not backing each other up, not playing for each other. They've gone up against a champion team in St Helens and nilled them in the second half. Yeah. That's to be commended.
And could have won it in the 9 seconds, but for a
great run. Yeah, great run. I don't know why they didn't have that in the highlight reel, because it was deserving of the highlight reel, but they didn't have it in the highlight reel. But fantastic.
A few more games under the belt, it had taken the tackle, played the ball, and Saints were wide open. But,
people were saying, he should have kicked it through. I'm sorry, but George Williams would not have beat Wellesby in a foot race. I think it was one of them. I think had it have been Matty Ashton on his inside, game on. But I don't think Williams would have beat Wellesby in a foot race. But anyway, there you go. So well done to Warrington. Did far better than I think anybody expected them to do.
I agree.
So, and from a St Helens perspective, they just keep marching on. Right,
and a little fair play to Saints fans. They had a little bit of trouble in the crowd, which we won't dwell on, but they lifted the atmosphere, and it was a great atmosphere.
St Helens fans are always travelling numbers.
There are a few naughty people in there, and it's been highlighted, so we don't have to. But fair play to them. They made it a great atmosphere.
Mate, there's a lot of, as a pure rugby league fan, I think most clubs at the moment have got problems with with people infiltrating our game that perhaps are not there to watch the rugby. And I think that, what I'd like to see as a Warrington fan, I'm sure Saints fans would agree, Hull KR fans would agree, Castleford fans would agree, we need to make a stand. These people are not welcome in our sport.
I'll ask again. I asked it last week and I'll ask it again this week. How do you get a flare into the ground through the turnstiles without it being spotted?
Well, completely agree. Completely agree. Not good enough. Not good enough.
No.
Okay, we now move to Huddersfield. A very, very strong Huddersfield team. We didn't expect this, but they picked a real. And I'll tell you, if I'm Wakefield Trinity, and the Toulouse squad coming out in numbers, really looking forward to the second half of the season with the additions that they made. If I'm Wakefield Trinity, I'm worried about Toulouse because I think Toulouse are growing, really growing.
And they led this game for a long passage of time.
Yeah, they're playing, mate. They're just growing in confidence, which is great to see.
I wasn't so sure about that one, I must admit.
No, I'm not sure about the Tash either, to be honest, but that's another story.
I'm not going to tell him if he wants to have a Tash like that. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, but no, Huddersfield, again, let's give credit to Huddersfield. Champion, again, going into the Challenge Cup weekend, champion teams know how to win. And, credit to Huddersfield in this game. It was a real tight affair, and Huddersfield came out on top. Credit to, that's a good one. That's another great line. When you see,
and that was poor defence. That's poor defence.
Well, it is, but when you see a prop forward go through, I mean, no wonder he's happy. I mean, God, he was on oxygen.
Let's face it, as a Warrington fan, we're not seeing a prop forward go through that for years.
There's Matty Russell again, mate. Matty Russell again. We mentioned him last week. He might not be, a fashionable winger, but good God, he scores tries. He knows where the try line is.
Like I said last week, he does a job, and if it wasn't for having his face rearranged against Widnes that time, he'd have. I think he'd have done good things at Warrington. It shattered his confidence as well as his teeth. Bloody hell. They were still picking his teeth out of the pitch 3 weeks later.
Yeah, and again, I'm right in thinking it was in his senior this week, wasn't it? It was in his senior this week.
It was.
These two lads on the wing for Huddersfield. We talk about youth coming through. It really is great to see it. Both him and his brother. The emergence of the two seniors for Huddersfield it's really been good for the team.
It's great for the future of the game, and that's why I go back to what I was saying earlier on. Every single team should have, from under 11s through to reserve side, to bring through that talent.
Yeah, and it's good to see Ash Golding as well. Ash Golding there, good to see Ash Golding back playing Rugby League after what was a torrid year last year with injury.
It was. And they squeaked through.
Yeah.
They squeaked through.
They did. So well done.
16 in the cup final, that'll be a great game.
Oh, should be. Mike Ward's come flying in again. He's saying Wakefield for the drop. He's Steve Wilson said that he thought Warrington was unlucky. He thought Warrington were the better team in the match. So he said, keep the comments coming, guys. Keep the comments coming. But good preparation for Huddersfield. A real good battling performance.
An arm wrestle.
Arm wrestle. Yeah, stand him in good stead. Right, we now go to Headingley. We picked James Bentley as our man of the match. Good crowd, 14,190.
In a week where the average was 8,000, so
it's a great crowd,
almost twice the average.
Great crowd at Headingley, and a great performance from James Bentley.
Was his brother John on the bench?
I believe John was there somewhere in the crowd. Yeah, but no, I mean, fair play to Leeds. Leeds since the Toulouse, when they went to Toulouse, it was like, oh, this could get interesting if they was to lose. But since then, they picked up points. Slight possible forward, the first one there for Bentley, to be fair. But Leeds, to be fair, they've slowly but surely been rising up the table. They're sitting on 9 now. And again, they will also have ambitions for top 6. They're slowly but surely climbing the table.
And you know what? You've got to give huge amount of credit to Leeds fans. They've been to watch, and they've gone through some turgid stuff this season. Yeah, and they've stuck. You've got to have utmost respect for Leeds fans. That they've stuck by the team.
Yeah. Don't know what Tracy's saying. She's saying guys and question marks. Come on, Tracy. What do you mean by guys and question marks? Come on, give us a helping hand. Not quite sure.
She's seen us out on a Friday night, mate.
You what, mate?
Unless you've seen us out on a Friday night.
Yeah. That was the Bentley incident, wasn't it? That was the Bentley incident.
That was a.
And it was a shocker, mate. And it was a shocker. And this is the side of his game that he's got to sort out.
And it's Chris Kendall again, Mr. Consistency.
Yeah. absolutely.
Early in the season, he was dishing out reds for fun.
Oh, he was. Yeah, that seems to have been knocked on its head. You know, what was it? Flexion. Flexion seems to have been knocked on its head. Paul Cullen won't be happy. He likes that word.
Literally, yeah. Literally.
Yeah, he absolutely loved that word, didn't he? Flexion. When he was on Sky that day, I was like, oh, come on.
He loves a great word, Paul Cullen. He loves a good.
I like Paul Cullen. He's a proper.
He's a legend, mate. He's a legend.
Oh, keep your comments coming, guys. Oh, sorry, Tracy. Tracy's upset because I said, guys. Tracy, my apologies. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your comments coming. And my apologies, Tracy.
Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to upset Tracy. Blake Austin here. Also had a good game. Reece Martin played centres, didn't he? He played in the centres in this game. And for Fussy Tua, back in and a try for Leeds. So yeah.
Well, the names are coming back, aren't they? Did Myler play, or is Myler close to play?
No, Myler played. He played in the halves.
I heard that rumour.
Yeah, so he played in the halves, yeah.
Well, they're getting the players back. They've had a lot of players missing.
Players back. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean,
who was it said Wakefield should be worried then?
It was Mike, I think. It's all right. Tracy now is backtracking. She's saying that she'll be one of the guys. I can't make end of tail of this, Tracy. Come on, help me out here. But no, yeah, he's Mike.
You've lost me as well, Tracy.
Yeah, but Wakefield for the drop. Mike, so was it Mike or Mark? My apologies. Mike Ward said Wakefield for the drop. But yeah, I mean, rumour has it Richie Myler can pick his own position these days, but that's another story, and we'll just leave that there.
Team, everyone. See you in a couple of weeks.
Yes, well, you know, what can I say? Team country file and all that. Anyway, keep team country. I'm only joking. I can't go Leeds for a sportsman's dinner now. I'm done. Anyway, Salford Red. I'm only joking. Red Devils taking on the Tigers. We said we were looking forward to this. It was a good game.
It's very squeaky tonight, mate.
It is, yeah. I don't know why. It's the Johnny Walker Red Label, mate. It's doing something to me. But Steve Wilson's gone in and he thinks Wakefield for the drop as well. He's going in the same. But yeah, Salford. I mean, I thought Salford, there was a lot of players on the game. A lot of players on the game. They really were.
Brody Croft. Brilliant. Andy, like I say, yeah. Mark Sneed gets smile of match. Yeah. All right.
That was a good try.
It was.
That Hampshire try was a good try.
Yeah, but Andy Ackers was...
Yeah, I agree.
And that pass from Lafayette, oh my God. That was worth the entrance fee alone.
It was a thing, it was a thing of pure beauty.
Again, a moment where I stood up and applauded. Yeah. I even shouted Stallion from the kitchen.
Yeah, phenomenal. It was, mate. It was just a wonderful. I mean, he was unplayable. He had a great game. And again, we've been talking about him all season. You know, he's a big player for Salford. He's a great player. I've got a lot of time.
Was this Harvey Levette here that goes down injured? Nobody mentioned what had happened to him.
I think he did pick up. Yeah, I saw him limping.
He was in agony, and nobody seemed to pick it up.
No. No, and they're saying they're not going to be.
I don't know what he did his knee, but he looked in absolute agony.
Well, they're not renewing his contract by all accounts. Salford, they've come out and said that Harvey Levette will not be there next season because he's in his last year.
That's a shame because he's got so much potential.
And I think he's played well for Salford, so I agree. I think that's a shame for Harvey Levette. And also,
I like Harvey Levette. He had some good games for Warrington, but
absolutely,
he didn't quite live up to the potential. If he could find the right team, I think he'd shine.
Yeah. And you know what, Burgess, Burgess was phenomenal when he was at Wigan, really, and since he's gone to Salford, for me, he's not had the strike rate that I think many of us would have thought he would have had. But to be fair to him, these last couple of weeks, he's started to find the try line.
Yeah.
And again, when you've got a centre like Lafayette, and of course, Brody Croft set that one up, it all helps, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I mean, he's a big unit, and he's 6'5", 18 stone. He's sound like Ray French now. He's absolutely massive. But,
he is.
Are you speeding these up deliberately?
No. This is actual pace, mate. Actual pace, this mate.
Is it?
But I think this is it, isn't it? This is it, isn't it? Oh no, this is the replay. But yeah, no. And there's a player at OKR as well. It's Tanganoa, isn't it?
Tanganoa, yeah.
At OKR, he's out for the season, and Tony Smith has come out and said the likelihood is Gary, mate. What a turn of pace that was.
Oh, I was a bit disappointed in Gary because he didn't score in the first 10 seconds of the game.
But mate, that turn of pace.
He let me down big time.
Well, actually, we didn't, for a moment. I mean, that's fantastic from Gary. Yeah. You mentioned Connor Wrench when we were looking at Warrington. Connor Wrench, yes, he got tackled by Makinson, phenomenal tackle by Makinson. But the way he stood Lomax up,
mate, yeah,
that bodes incredibly well for his future. That's Johnny Lomax with all of his experience, and he absolutely rinsed him. It was a thing. And Gary there as well. Lovely turn of pace.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this try. Yeah. This is a proper rugby try for me.
Good team try, mate. Cross, he's had a good season. Dion Cross, he's had a good season thus far when he's played. But again, there Croft running at that, mate. I'm telling you, and I think Sky hinted at it as well. I think there'll be a lot of Super League teams sniffing around Brodie Croft.
If I am going to push my neck out, I would say he'll be at Wigan next year if that would happen.
Well,
I'd say he'll be at Wigan.
They've got the links, haven't they? They have got the links. But like what a player Brodie Croft is turning. And at the start of the season, we said he had the protect. There he is. Look at that turn of pace again. Superb.
Yeah.
He has, mate. He's lightning quick. His first.
Croft and mind you, they've got Cust, haven't they? They've got Cust.
They've got Custom Smith, yeah. I mean, and that's why for me it might not be Wigan. And again, Saints. Tell you, mate, if Widdop goes, Warrington might sniff around. I'll tell you, and I think that it wouldn't surprise me. Will Leeds renew Austin's contract? We'll have to wait and see. Caesar,
I don't think so. If I'm being honest.
Caesar, question marks
over. If
Warrington
sang Brodie Croft, what about Riley Deeds, loose forward?
Yeah, let's not be silly. But yeah,
I'm trying, Sean. I'm trying.
Alan Donnelly's in. Mike Ward saying this is a massive win for Salford. We're about to see in a minute that stroke of genius from the rest of the five. But yeah, hopefully Wakefield pick up form to lose for the drop, playing each other at Magic. Absolutely. Magic weekend, not far away, and very affordable as well. Magic weekend this year, very affordable. I have to say, well worth a visit down to the Toon. I'm going to go down to the Toon. Here we go. Here it comes. Oh, stop it. Stop it. That is absolutely it. Oh,
that is David Solomona at his best. That was superb.
Ridiculous.
Superb.
Oh, here he comes again. Ladies and gentlemen. Here he comes.
I had to watch the replay.
Oh, stop it.
Just round of applause for that man.
That way up. Brodie Croft being touted by Hull. So's Jake Truman, I'm led to believe. Why I can't have any more space for recruits? Surely, of course they can. Widdop's going at the end of the season.
About 10
loads of people are going at the end of the season. Come on, Terry, lad. Terry Hindley.
Going back to that pass, though, if Sam...
Should we look at it again? One more. It's worthy of one more look. One more look, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rugby League at its finest. Here he comes. Here he comes again. Oh, there you go. Look at that. And you know what? Credit to Burgess, because that takes understanding that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good. That's telepathy between winger and centre.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Well done, son.
What a pass.
What a pass. That was beautiful. Worth the entrance fee alone.
It was worth the Sky cameras being there alone.
Oh, it was a thing of absolute beauty. Right. We then go to what was the Channel 4 game. And actually, again, good game. It was competitive for long periods.
I enjoyed this game, I really enjoyed this game.
Yeah, so did I. I always felt Catalan would win.
Enjoyed the Channel 4 coverage again.
I agree with you. With Helen.
Great commentary. Kyle Amor, top bloke, top commentary. Always like that, Kyle Amor. Lovely fella.
The fickle nature of Rugby League. But yeah.
I've always been impressed with Kyle Amor. I've always thought he's been
I always felt in this game Catalan were going to win it. Even when Hull got off to a good start, that's a good try. It's a good take.
That was really early on as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. I always felt that Catalan would win this. I don't know why. As I was watching the game, at no point did I think that OKR were going to win this game. Sorry, OKR fans, but
I actually did. I actually thought that they had a chance. Obviously, I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I thought that that if they'd have just held it together, they could have seen it out.
No, I agree, mate. Completely agree. Believe it or not, Steve Wilson actually enjoyed this game. That's a surprise, isn't it? Didn't expect Steve to enjoy this game, did you?
No.
Dear me, Steve. Behave yourself. Tracy will be on in a minute. She enjoyed it, but no, I mean,
they had yogurt pots with string beat underneath the door into the living room and kitchen. Talking to
do you know what we did? Do you know what? We talked about the Lafai pass. That there,
that was it. Yeah,
from Tyrone May was equally nice. Nice. Not as nice. No, actually, so it can't be equally then. Not as nice.
All right,
nice.
guys.
I am. Yeah, it's a nice
pass.
But it wasn't
a good pass. Yeah, actually, it was. It was
nice.
Almost on a par.
Almost
on a par.
And
you know what? Actually, looking at it, could be slightly better.
Oh, come on!
Because
you'd be saying Riley Dean for loose forward in a minute.
He was in the clear. He had players on him about to tackle him.
Mate, you'd be saying Riley Dean for loose forward. You'd be saying Riley Dean for loose forward in a minute. Unbelievable.
Hey, do you know that's not a bad shout that day?
That's not a bad shout by all accounts. So Sean says.
Sure.
Every time he's saying this, Sean's like gritting his teeth, and you can almost hear the grinding. He's not happy, is he? We love you really, Sean. We do. There he is. Harvey Levetts, battling man for the Bart Simpson hairdo of Super League. Michule Grell, the Catalan Dragons.
You froze on me there, sir. What did Sean say?
Sean, what?
What did Sean? You froze on me there. What did Sean say?
Sean hasn't said out. I just said he's probably grinding.
Oh, Sean, we're only teasing.
Yeah. Phil Walters, bring on the entertainers. 12 points in 4 games. Trying to think is he on about Hull there? He's on about Hull, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's on about Hull. Yeah, Hull KR. Yeah, absolutely, mate. They've had a shocker in attack, haven't they? Can't agree with you more. Maybe Phil. I think Phil there might be also a Hull fan based on that comment. But yeah, at no point did I think Catalan were not going to win this great ball. And Faraji Harb, believe, was carrying a knock at this, but I'll tell you what, mate, he nearly decapitated himself. Did it? Oh, it's a good try, but God, he nearly decapitated himself.
He was rubbing his head at the end of that.
Mate, that was very near. That very nearly went wrong. That.
I mean, you don't want to land on that nose, do you? You don't want to land on that.
But at that pace, mate, if he had done, he'd have snapped his neck. I mean, that was. So, I mean,
look at that.
Yeah.
Definitely whiplash.
Absolutely, couldn't agree with you more. Couldn't agree with you more. Yeah, King, you'll be disappointed with himself there. George King, you know what? I've been impressed with King. I think he's been all right this season, to be fair to him, but he won't be very happy with himself there. And of course, from this point on, Catalan, just kicking themselves to the win. Bit of ill discipline coming in from Ulke. That's a good challenge that by Ryan Hall for me.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Yes, it is a knock on, but it was a good hit. It was a good hit.
I can't disagree with you.
Yeah. He lined him up. If he doesn't hit his arm there, it's a phenomenal tackle. But yeah, that was the game. You what, mate?
Don't even know why that's a penalty.
No, well, it's because he's come off his hand. It is a knock on by the letter of the law. But
I don't know. Was there somebody in front of him?
Oh, Tracy! Yeah, Tracy's going in here. Tracy's saying winning isn't for everyone, but at least have a go. Is she suggesting that, okay, I did not try and win this game? Dear me, surely not. But anyway, well done to Catalan. What's that?
Here's why wouldn't I want to win that game?
She's having a bit of jest. She's just stuck. She's poking the bear. She's poking the bear, Greg, is what she's doing. But no, fair play. Nothing wrong with a bit of bants, as they say down south.
Bants. Trade bants.
Yes, the bants, and all the rest of it. But no, well done to Catalan again. Backing up
the pressure on Saints at the top.
backing up. Yeah, and again, let's not forget a lot of injury problems at the start of the season. Their players are coming back. Don't count out Catalan. And then, of course, here we go. Tracy and Steve now will sit back. They may even light themselves a cigarette. Certainly might if they smoke. They may even be pouring themselves a very large glass of something. They'll be certainly putting the lounge chair in a lying position. And now they're about to...
Police Academy reference, sir?
What? Maybe smoke a cigarette? Yeah, Lassard. Brilliant. That's knowledge, sir. That's knowledge. But yeah, Hull FC. Jake Connor, phenomenal again. Mr. Wayne in the crowd.
Look at that for a pass.
And Swifty back. Swifty back.
Yeah.
He's been out injured, hasn't he? Swifty. And again, he had a good year last year. He knows where the trial is. Yeah, I mean, again, Sean Wayne, he's going to be sitting. I think Jake Connor in the game against England, I think Connor will turn up for that as well. I mean,
I'm hoping he has a great game, and
I hope he gets man of the match.
Contention.
I hope he gets man of the match. I think he's been overlooked. Phil is an old fan. Watch the magic of Jake is what he said there. But you're right. I mean, when he's on it, he's on it. And let's give credit where credit is due. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Let's give credit where credit is due to Jake Connor. And I'm going to touch wood as I say this because his talent deserves him to get his attitude right. He's not been as silly this year. You've said
it.
Well,
if he can get the niggle out of his game and concentrate on his game,
he's phenomenal.
He's unplayable at times.
Yeah. Let his rugby do the talking, mate. Let his rugby do the talking. I mean, I like that bit that he winds players up. That I enjoy. But every now and again, he's just a bit too lippy. He'll give a penalty away. But this year, I mean, look at that again. I mean, it's just.
Let's have a look at that one again. Let's see that one again. I think he was on the line there.
Well, no, mate, if you want to see it again, it was obviously
that one again.
He was right there. He was right there, mate. So let's have a look at it again. Good pass, great pass. Let's have a look. No, he was before, mate. He's before, and the in-touch judge, he's right there. I'm happy with that. I've got no issue with that. Bateman's
telling us on the line, so surely he should listen.
Yeah, but obviously.
Do you not know who John Bateman is?
Well, absolutely. And I tell you, I do. I tell you what I do like, and I genuinely think that Ian Watson is interested in Jake Bibby from Wigan. But it's nice that it's hit the press just before Challenge Cup final, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a great run. Great run, and away goes Bevan French.
Yeah,
and of course, at this point, it's game on, isn't it? I mean, at this point, it's absolutely game on.
Yeah, do you know, it must be lovely to have. If Jay Field doesn't get the ball and rip you apart, you've got Bevan French to do it. That's a lovely position to be in.
It is. And Luke Gale also played well in this game as well. Luke Gale.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Was it? Didn't he get his? I'm trying to remember what I read today. Was it something like his 2,000 Super League points he got in this game? Rings a bell.
You might well be right there.
I think he was over 2. Yeah, I'm just having a quick look. Did I read that right? Yeah, 2,000 career point came for Luke Gale in this game, which is that's to be celebrated. Fair play to him. That's a nice little statistic for him to have. But yeah,
not many get that accolade in Super League.
Absolutely not. There you go. Have a little bit of that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And then of course, what's that? It was a nice little whistle, indeed. Yeah, I agree. But of course, the scoring didn't stop there, did it? This was a nice try. We've said, haven't we? Good tackle. That it's good tackle.
Was it a 10 try thriller?
It was a great game. This.
It was a 10 try thriller.
I've read a lot of reports on this game. There's Mr. Farrell going in
again.
Yeah, our Liam. We like Liam on the Super League Raw going in.
That was it. Did you see that? Wow.
Cracking it, mate. Cracking it. Wasn't as nice as the Lafayette pass, but it was nice. And Chris Satai going in. Yeah, good to see Big Chris going in there for a try. 31 points to 22 to Hull FC. Congratulations to Hull FC. So what does that do for Super League? Let's take a quick look and see where we're going to be leaving Super League from now until, of course, the Challenge Cup. Best game in a Hull shirt, says Steve, for Luke Gale. That's Steve's opinion. So this is, of course, where Super League currently sits. Saints, of course, still top on 22. Catalan 20, backing up very, very well. Then it's Wigan with 18, Huddersfield 17, then Hull FC on 16. And a big gap then has now formed to 6th place, where Castleford, Hull, Warrington, Salford, and dare I say it, Leeds now, genuinely, all of those teams have got a genuine chance of 6th. I think, yeah, I think the top 5 are looking pretty good as I sit here now. And, you know, the Wakefield Toulouse one could go either way.
Yeah, I think, and I don't want to upset our Hull fans because they're great value for money every week, but Hull fans have got to hope that they don't do their usual implosion.
You've said it.
And I'm sorry, fans.
You've said it. Yeah, you've said it.
But
I understand why you've said it, but you've said it. I mean, that's it now. You know, you've got Steve there nearly at the fireplace. He came off that lumber chair that quick. You know what I mean? He was relaxed. He was enjoying himself, and all of a sudden, you've got to give him the shakes. What's going on? What's going on?
I'm sorry, but no, I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying you as a Hull fan, you've got to hope.
You do have to hope
that they don't do what they do for most seasons and just hit the buffers and go backwards. Yeah,
implode. But I like Joe. I'm delighted.
Do what Leeds always do.
I'm delighted for Brett Hodgson, mate. I think Brett Hodgson is outstanding.
I mean, you've got to look at Leeds, and Leeds are doing what Leeds always do. They start slowly and they build.
Can't disagree. Anyway, it's that time. It's that time of the week where we take a look at the Super League Raw Team of the Week for round number 13, sir. For round number 13. So here we go. The Super League Raw Team of the Week for round number 13. Let's see who made it this week. Here we go. It's the Super League Raw Team of the Week for round number 13. Here we go again. And at fullback, it's Jake Connor of Hull FC. 5 assists against the Wigan Warriors. That now takes Jake to 22 for the season, the top try maker in Super League. And number 2, well, it has to be Tommy Makinson of St Helens. A try, 2 goals, but what a tackle on Connor Renge to ensure that St Helens won at the Halliwell Jones Stadium on his 250th Super League appearance. And number 3, it will be Mathieu Legre of the Catalan Dragons, the week that he signs on till 2024, and he played another great game against Hull KR. A superb try, one to watch for the future. At number 4, it's Tim Lefay of Salford Red Devils. He was superb against the Castleford Tigers. Oh, Joe Burgess must be absolutely giving him Christmas presents galore. What a centre to have on your inside. What an offload too. And the beneficiary of that offload, Mr. Burgess himself, is on our left wing this week with a hat-trick of tries. Joe back in form. Dare I say it, rolling back the years to his Wigan days. Hang on a minute, it's only one game. And number 6, speaking of one game, Blake Austin of Leeds Rhinos. He's finally arrived. The show and go man gets into our Team of the Week for the first time in, I think, in forever. Yes, it is forever. What a try, what an assist. Well done, Blake. And number 7, Johnny Lomax, in a game where it's very much nip and tuck. You need calm heads, calm shoulders, and that's what Johnny Lomax was for St Helens against Warrington. Marshalled the team well and fully deserving of our scrum half position. And at prop forward, he's back. It's big Alex Walmsley. A try, a cheeky one as well from the scrum. But look at those metres, 155, taking it to the Warrington pack. And number 9, we spoke about him last week, it's Andy Ackers of Salford Red Devils. He's having a great season, really good in and around dummy half this week. 72 metres, 45 tackles to boot as well. Well played, Mr. Ackers. At number 10 for the first time this season, David Fafita, or David to his friends, 22 tackles, but look at those metres, 165 in defeat. He tried his absolute best to give Wakefield a sniff against Leeds, but to no avail. And number 11, yes, don't adjust your sets, it's James Bentley. Oh, we won't be seeing him for at least 3 more weeks, will we? But here he is. Sir James is at number 11. 2 tries, 33 tackles, 80 metres. Well done, Mr. Bentley. Enjoy your time off. At number 12, Callum Watkins, yes, playing as right second row at the moment instead of his usual centre berth, and he's really doing well. He's adapted really well, playing well for Salford, maybe a new position in the long term. And finally, magnifique, Ben Garcia of the Catalan Dragons. Superb performance in the loose forward position for Catalans against Hull KR. A great player. We really like him here at Super League Raw. Well done, sir. Quality. Team of the week for round number 13. The team of the week for round number 13. There it is again. Go on then. What's your thoughts there, sir?
Again, no Wellesby, no Sneed.
No Wellesby, no Sneed.
I'm glad to see John's brother James in there. That's good to see.
Yeah, enjoy your time off. I did like that cheeky one, I have to say.
It made me titter.
Almost as good as Magnifique with Mr. Garcia. But no, I mean, look, there's so many players this week. Steve and Tracy were saying about Luke Gale had a good game, but I think Johnny Lomax against Warrington, like I said there, calm heads and the rest of it. He marshalled them really well. Manu Mayu, I believe, as well, Hull had a good game. I'm led to believe. Very, very close as well this week. But no, actually, I think, to be fair, again, what's good about our team of the week, we don't pick names. We pick players who played well. And even if
it is good to see Blake Austin in there. The guy's got so much talent, and he...
Yeah,
I don't know
the
what
show and go.
Yeah, Mr. Dummy, he sells more dummies than Mothercare, you know what I mean?
Didn't Mothercare go out of business?
Yeah, it's probably why he's not doing business.
Yeah, somebody came along and gave us a better rubber. Anyway, that's another story.
Moving swiftly on, mate.
Anyway, but no, in terms of in terms of we don't go on we don't go on the names and all the rest of it. The fact David Fafita, Wakefield were well beaten against Leeds, but Fafita was exceptional for Wakefield.
Yeah, and it's probably his best game for
a long time. Probably
nigh on a season, I would have thought.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with you, mate.
I always blame Wolfie for that. Wolfie ruined him with that syrup. And he was never the same after Wolfie turned up with that syrup.
Oh dear. Right.
Rumour has it Fafita nearly signed for us, and then he saw Wolfie with a syrup and decided no, he's not having it.
Right.
I had a bad week. I had a dreadful week.
Well, yeah, you got 8 points, mate. You got 8 points. I got 11, but the fans forum got 14. So the fans forum have pulled away again. Well done
How
to
did
you
he
all.
manage that?
Yeah, they've done well. They got two on the nose. They went for Huddersfield when we didn't, and they went 1-8. So they got 5 points for that. They also got 5 points for the Hull FC Wigan game. And then they picked up a couple for Catalan and for Saints. So good week. Two correct trying teams and scores for the Super League fans forums. Well done to the fans forum. Well done to the fans forum. Doing really, really well. Yeah. Doing really, really well. Now, keep your eye out, fans forum. Normally we have your predictions, but we're not going to post them because I haven't actually asked you for them yet. They will go live after the Challenge Cup. So you've still got a little bit of time to deliberate on how you think round 14 is going to go. So let's take a look at round 14. These are the fixtures. It kicks off Warrington Wolves taking on the Leeds Rhinos. Then Catalan host Huddersfield. That's going to be a game. The week after the Challenge Cup, whether they lose, whether they win, what's the knock-on effect?
And I think a lot depends on whether they win or whether they lose.
Yeah, it's always a tough one to predict Challenge Cup teams the week after. And then Wigan again, and all right, Huddersfield have been given the worst end of the stick there because they're going away to Catalan after a Challenge Cup, which is that's a tough gig for them, to be fair. But Wigan themselves, Wigan, tough gig for them. I mean, all right, Castleford lost against Salford, but Cass have been in decent form. That won't be easy off the back of it, and especially
First loss in 5, was it, for Castleford?
Yeah, they've been in great form, mate. They've been in great form. So that's going to be interesting. And then Toulouse against Saints. Now, we've said it all season. Toulouse at home. Don't take it for granted. I mean, obviously,
they beat them. They beat Saints.
Yeah, mate. Toulouse. Big opportunity that, without doubt. Yeah. Do you know what? The more I look at that fixture, have I got that the wrong way round? Because when I was putting this together, I looked at the Super League website and they said Toulouse were at home for that game.
I think they are.
I think they are, but
I think it's a loop
didn't he play
fixture.
Saints at home? Did he
One of
play?
these silly loop fixtures.
Is that what it is? Is it the loop fixture? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So anyway, if I'm wrong, it's not my fault. It's the
RFL.
Super, yeah, RFL. Yeah, not running the website.
Blame the RFL. Everybody else.
Absolutely. Then Toulouse going up again. Sorry, not Toulouse. Then Hull KR going up against Salford. That'll be a game.
I think that will be probably one of the best games of the round.
Yeah,
yeah,
KR against Salford. That'll be an interesting one. And then, of course, again, bringing down the curtain, Wakefield taking on Hull FC. So let's start then. Warrington Wolves taking on Leeds Rhinos. 10 points, play 9 points. Warrington, of course, edged out Leeds at the start of the season, of course, in that epic game at Headingley, where Warrington just about got over the line against Leeds. Leeds with Blake Austin in the side. Austin will want to prove a point against Warrington. Warrington now with the added pack of McKaylee and Amor. I expect them to be in the 17. What do you think?
This is a tough one to call, you know. Leeds have to win.
So do Warrington.
Warrington have to win. I don't think that, you know, I don't think the week off will do either side any good, if I'm being honest. Home advantage for Warrington. No, it's neither here nor there these days. I'm going to push my neck out and I'm going to go with my heart rather than head. And I'm going to say Warrington 9-17.
Which is exactly the way I've gone. And we're in good company. John Costello says Warrington by 14. Steve Wilson has linked in on this one and said Wire by 10. Make sure that when we put this on the fans forum, it'll be Sunday or Monday, that you remind us of those predictions, gentlemen, and we'll include them in the fans forum qualifiers for the overall prediction that we do every week. So Warrington, we've both got 9-17 there. Then we move on to Catalan taking on Huddersfield Giants. Giants, of course, at Wembley this weekend. Catalan going about the business very, very well. Huddersfield, I don't want to be disrespectful by saying the surprise package this season, but are playing some great rugby league. And you know what? Fully deserving of the position in the league. Fully expect them to be in the playoffs come the end of the season.
Yeah.
May even have silverware by the time they travel to France.
They could well do.
Could very well have extra baggage to take with them.
As I say, you know, every week. Last year they were the surprise package for me. This year they're not surprising me because I always thought Ian Watson would come good. But I think Wembley takes a lot out of. Oh, it's not Wembley, is it? It's the Tottenham Hotspur ground. Nobody knows what the facts of the ground's going to have. They always say Wembley absolutely destroys you. You can't play the same the week after. Will Tottenham have the same effect? The occasion will. The exhaustion will. The emotion will. I don't think it'll be a runaway win, but I can see Cats winning 9-17. Whether Huddersfield win or lose, Catalan's 9-17.
I've gone exactly the same again, mate. Exactly the same, as has John Costello. He's going Catalan by 10. So, again, we're all seeing that one. But not a blowout. Which is...
I think if Huddersfield win, they're buoyed and they're confident. If they lose, they want a point to prove. It depends on the weather as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's going to be a shocker at the weekend, by all accounts.
Degrees. Tottenham Hotspur, which it's going to be on Saturday. It's going to be hot.
Oh, is it? Oh, I heard it was going to be chucking down. So
no, it's going to be hot. Well, you listen to the BBC, you know, it could be anything. They say it snows. It's going to be 90 degrees in the shade.
Steve's getting involved tonight with the predictions as well. Good to see. He's saying Catalan by 18 plus, so that's interesting.
Well, you might be right.
He might be right. Then we go to Castleford taking on the Wigan Warriors. Yes. Again, difficult to predict based on Wembley, but where do you see this one?
Do you know what? I don't know. I really, really don't know this. This is just going to be a stab in the dark because if Wigan win, again, win or lose, it's the after effects of play, the adrenaline, the emotion, the heat, the exhaustion. You know, when Warrington won the cup in 2019, they didn't win a game, or they won one game, and that was it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Cass, and I'm going to say Cass 9-17 again.
Right, I'm going Wigan 18 plus.
Are you? Fair enough.
I'm going that bold on that. I don't know why, but I think
I just get the feeling we're going to go on and win the cup, and they'll rest a few players.
I don't know. I think if Wigan were going to rest players that have been last week, I think Pete, McLaughlin, and Breers, I think they mean business, and I think that regardless of what happens at Wembley, I think they'll go to Cass, and I think they'll turn on the style. That's just the way I see it.
What do our friends on the? What do our friends?
Steve saying Wigan by 14. John Costello saying Cass by 4. So again, they're torn on this one. Right, Toulouse and St Helens. Say Toulouse at home. Toulouse at home. They've been good.
I think Saints were embarrassed, and they're going to win by 18 plus Saints.
Okay.
They were embarrassed last time they went there. They fielded a weakened team. They were a little bit disrespectful. They got beat, and I think this time they're going to play full team and they're going to put 18 plus passing.
I'm just taking on board. No, I'm just taking on board what you're saying. I'm going to go Saints 9-17. I think Toulouse are growing. And I don't see them winning. I think Saints will win, as you rightly say, but I think they might keep it a bit closer.
Saints are going to smash them. Really.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And then we got a really tough one. KR, since they've gone out the cup, Smith's departure, not been the same. Salford will be buoyed by the fact they've just put a decent display on. And not just that, the way they played in that game, I think there's a real balance in terms of players who turned up against Cass.
Well, if Lafay plays like that and Ackers plays like that,
yeah, I agree. Albeit OKR are at home. So which way do you see this going?
Didn't Jez Litton get injured at the weekend as well?
Yeah, but he's got a week off.
Got a week off. Sorry, OKR fans. I'm going Salford 9-17.
Salford 9-17.
Yeah.
Steve Wilson's gone Salford by 14. John Costello has gone Salford by 14. I'm going to go KR. I'm going to go KR 9-17. And the only rationale I've got behind that is the packs. I think the fact that the Salford Packers took a bit of a battering, and they're going to come up against a decent sized pack. And I'm just going to go KR. And I think because I've heard on the grapevine that Mikey Lewis might be back for that.
It'll make a difference.
Massive difference. So I'm going to go KR. You're going to Salford.
Yeah, the Brodie Croft factor, mate. The Brodie Croft.
Yeah, don't disagree. I'm a massive fan, as you know. And then Wakefield against Hull FC. Steve, don't even go there. I wonder what Steve's going to say here. Wakefield? No. But anyway, Wakefield against Hull FC.
I think if Jake Connor continues that form, there's only one winner. If he pulls the strings with the pack they've got, it's Hull 18 plus.
Do you know what? I'm exactly the same. I think Wakefield. Yeah. Steve's gone Wakefield by 20. I think that's generous. Actually, John Costello said Hull by 24. Hull by 20. Oh, really? John Costello said Hull by 24, and Alan Donnelly Wakey by 7. There you go. But what I would say is I think Wakefield are devoid of confidence. I think they're in trouble. I really do. And I think, as you say, Hull, Connor, Gale firing now. Looks like Reynolds is settling down. We know about the pack. The pack is a beast of a pack.
If it was Reynolds, I think he might be in a bit of trouble.
Maybe.
Not Mitchell Pearce. I think it was Reynolds.
Was it Reynolds?
Oh, yeah.
But
Reynolds, yeah, I think it is.
But anyway, it's going to be interesting. Of course, that's 2 weeks away. Keep your eye out on the Fans Forum. We will, of course, put the official predictions on for the Fans Forum to vote on over the course of the weekend. So keep your eye out for that. We just want to get the other side of the Challenge Cup. As we've said, this time next week, what are you going to do with yourselves, people? What are you going to do with yourselves? You might be a little bit, feeling a bit bloated after all those Jubilee sandwiches. So we'll give you a week off. But we will be back 2 weeks from tonight. I will be 44 when we reconvene. My birthday is the day before. So I'll be 44 when we come back on the 7th of June. And of course, we will be reviewing this round 14. We'll be getting to see what happens in the Challenge Cup. We'll have a quick look at that. We'll look at round 14 again. And also we'll be previewing round 15. And yeah, I think there's going to be a lot that happens over the next 2 weeks in terms of
player movements
and all that. I think there's going to be lots for us to talk about in 2 weeks' time. Thank you very much, John. John's just wished me happy birthday. Good lad. Well done, John. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. Good man. Buy me a pint when you see me at the wire. Outstanding. But yeah, Greg, as always, mate. Absolutely, just simply for being there. But yeah, I mean, look, mate, love our Tuesdays together. It's always an absolute pleasure. It's great that the people are enjoying it.
I'm going to miss it next week.
But I'll be. I'm on holiday. It's my birthday weekend, so we're just gonna.
Don't you worry about me.
We're just gonna have a week off. But a week off, we'll come back absolutely rejuvenated. As always, we're going to look at the top performers of the season thus far. There's been a few changes, a few little tweaks in this one as we finish tonight's show. But Greg, as always, enjoyed your company.
Pleasure, sir. A pleasure as always. See you soon.
Yeah, and enjoy your Rugby League. Enjoy the Challenge Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the Challenge Cup. We will see you in 2 weeks' time as we close the show with the top performers of Super League for the season thus far. Look after yourselves and those you love dear, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Here we go.
See you soon, guys. Cheers.